Evening. Welcome to Star Talk. I'm Ken Eccles, and we're happy to have you with us on the program tonight. We'd love to hear from you. And there's so many different ways, well, actually, only two ways that can happen. You can give us a call at that phone number over there, or you can send us an email at that email address down there. That's keneckleslive@gmail.com. That's right. Sometimes I'm saying it, and I don't know if I'm giving you the right one. keneckleslive@gmail.com, or the phone number up there that you can call. So there you go. Somebody wanted me to repeat the thing I said last night about heating assistance and how you find out about the state heating assistance program. And I'll do that in just a minute or two. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Well, good evening, Mr. Ken.
Good evening. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. My friend in the Philippines is a little busy, I believe, for 2 days, so I got a text saying she will be calling soon.
What, is she busy at work?
Well, she's self-employed.
Okay. Well, that's at work. Same, yeah. So is she busy in her self-employment?
She says she is now, and I think she's going to retire when I get there.
Oh, so you're going to live off your fortune.
Yeah, why not? I
Well, why
made it.
not? If you've got it, you may as well use it.
Yeah, well, at least I know what I'm doing when I go have fun.
Okay, I'll go along with that. So it is. Do they have something that that resembles or they refer to as winter in the Philippines?
No, she claims there's no winter in the Philippines.
Okay, so I guess then the climate is pretty much the same year round.
Well, it gets in the 30s, she says, but it's not
Oh,
that hot, cold.
okay. Down in the 30s. Well, that's cold enough.
It's cold here.
Pretty hot and humid in the summer, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. At least you got to take 3 showers a day, I heard,
3 showers a day.
to keep cooled off.
Okay, all right. So you're not accustomed to that. How often do you take a shower? I'm just curious.
I take a shower every night before bedtime.
All right. So you may have to step that up in the Philippines
By 2.
by two. That would be, yeah. If you've one by two, then you'd be right at three. I think you're right on target on that.
Yeah. Well, when I go, I'm not going to forget my friends. I'm still going to remember y'all and call sometimes.
Well, remember, don't forget when we're on the air at 7 o'clock here, it'll be 7 a.m. in the Philippines.
Well, yes, but I'll know that so I can still call you.
Oh, well, I hope so, because we will expect regular updates on how things are going on the other side of the world.
That's okay. Well, she wants to take me to Mindanao, her home
Min-
village.
Mindanao is well, now that's a little more than a village, isn't it? That's a fairly large city, isn't it?
Well, where she lives, it's more like stepping back in time, she says.
Stepping back in time. That should be it. Hang
You,
on a sec. Hang on a second. Let's find out something here. Alexa, what is the population of Mindanao in the Philippines?
I don't know.
Oh, I was asked.
Huh?
Okay, well, I just asked Alexa, and she said it's like 28 million.
Well, that's okay with me. I mean, 2 more will be okay.
Thank you. Hang
Well,
on.
she said Yeah, okay. But
Hang on, hang on. Everybody stop for just a second. You be quiet. Not you, caller, but
oh,
you in here. Be quiet. Okay. I had to make her be quiet. Now we're okay again. I think what's going on here is Mindanao, I believe, is one of the islands that makes up the islands of the Philippines. So there's 28 million on the island, but not in Mindanao, not in the village of Mindanao.
that's where she lives. She says wants to take me to the village where she lives.
On the island of
And
Mindanao.
yes, that's what she says.
Good, then we're
And
straight.
she's been sending me little videos of the surrounding area where her family lives.
So what does it look like?
Well, what I'm seeing is to get to her place, you got to get in a truck with a bunch of other people going to. You got to cross a river,
Mhm.
in other words, a river. Then you got to go up some, trails. It's mud.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know how well is the moped going to do on that.
The moped ain't going nowhere. The moped's staying here.
Oh, it's staying here. Is that you're going to give that to the museum?
No, I'm going to give it to my godson.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. That's a good idea. So the area there where she is that's like rainforest then, isn't it?
I guess so, but hey, as long as it's close to the beach, I'm happy.
Oh, well, it should be pretty close to the beach, so I think you're okay on that.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping for the beach. A lot of evening walks on the beach at night. Evening.
Oh, that sounds good. I know you're looking forward to that. And maybe they'll get a Bojangles franchise over there at some point.
I'm not going to say nothing to her about it. She killed the Chucky chicken thing like it. In other words, I got the word Chucky chicken. She said no way.
We understand that Chucky Chicken is dead. We realize that.
Yeah.
But maybe Bojangles will locate there at some point. Just on their own, but not. You don't have to be involved in it.
I don't think so. She says when I retire, I'm retired.
All right. Well, that sounds final, and thank you for calling.
Bye, sir.
Take care. Well, he certainly has an interesting time coming up. Very interesting time coming up. We look forward to hearing all about that. As far as the heating assistance program, for those who may need it, the simplest thing for me to say is contact the Department of Social Services in Rockingham County. If you live in Rockingham County, and most of you do, Social Services will be able to tell you all about it. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
How you doing tonight, Ken?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. You was talking about the Penrose Mall last night, the renovation of that.
Yeah.
I heard one of the restaurants in it was going to be called Chucky's Chicken.
Wait a second. There's going to be a restaurant in the Penrose Mall called Chucky Chicken?
That's what I heard, yeah.
Now, sometimes I can't tell. Are you making this up, or is that something we need to look for?
Well, I wouldn't spend too much time looking for it, but
all right. Well,
yeah.
What would you like to see in Penrose? Since you brought it up, what would you like to see in there?
Anything would be an improvement, Ken. I mean, it used to be a pretty lively little place, but anything would be an improvement. I noticed also that the Hardee's out front, that might be your old stomping ground, I'm not sure, but they've cleaned that place up and it looks totally different from what it did. Now, whether Hardee's goes back in or not, I do not know.
Well, yeah, they're working on cleaning up in there. They're actually working in the mall now on the cleanup.
Right.
That Hardee's, that thing that used to be Hardee's, that's not where I worked. I never worked in that Hardee's, although I did eat in that Hardee's once or twice. In fact, there was one day there was a huge ice storm. We had one of our big ice storms, and I won't go through the whole story, but I was stuck at a radio station. We didn't have anything to eat, and I had to get uptown and go to Hardee's and try to get food. And I couldn't walk on the parking lot. It was so icy. So I ended up crawling across the parking lot to get to the front door of Hardee's, so I could get in and get food. But we were starving. Somebody had to do it, and I got the short straw.
I can only picture that now, Ken. I'm telling you, man.
Those were the days.
Yes, sir. No, seriously though, I did hear that same man bought the Winn-Dixie building too. The one that's closed up.
Yeah.
And I heard that he has plans to put a bowling alley in it. Have you heard that? That's what I've heard for real.
I have heard that. Yeah, I've heard that could turn into a bowling alley. I've also heard that he's thinking, I don't know if it's definite, but he's thinking about building a 3-story apartment building, or apartments and condos there that would be attached to the mall.
Yeah, I've heard that same thing, Ken. I have, and I'm assuming it's a real story. But it's Reidsville needs something like that. I mean, that building just keeps sitting there and falling apart. But I'm glad it's happening, to be honest with you.
Well, I am too. I worked in there a long time ago. I worked in there for a short time at Royce Shoes in the mall.
Okay.
I don't know how many people remember Royce Shoes, but
Right.
I worked in there for a few months, way back long ago. And the mall was full of people back then. I mean, it was full of people every day, especially on weekends. I mean,
Right.
there was a crowd in there all the time. And I hope it'll bounce back.
I think it will, Ken. If the economy holds on, which I have my doubts about, but Reidsville really needs a place like that. It does.
Oh, it'd be great for Reidsville. Be great for
Yeah.
in 2 ways. Number one, it'd be great not to have it sitting there looking like it looks, because that just looks bad. But if you can also not only stop it from looking bad, but then also turn it into a going concern, I know the Reidsville's really excited about that.
Yes, sir. Right. Yeah. Turning to politics, see, our president's supposed to speak tonight at 9:00.
That's what I hear, yeah.
Yeah. What in the world is he going to do in Venezuela? I mean, are we looking to overturn the leadership in that country, or are we just blowing smoke because the Epstein file is supposed to be out pretty soon? I mean, what's that all about?
I don't know. We're apparently blockading now. We're going to blockade oil tankers coming in and out. And then today, Maduro announced that the Venezuelan Navy will be escorting tankers in and out now, which raises, all kinds of possibilities. So I don't know if they're actually going to do that or not. And when we try to stop a tanker, if we try to stop a tanker that's escorted by the Venezuelan Navy, I don't know what'll happen then either. It should be interesting.
Well, what scares me, Ken, if you remember how the war in Vietnam started, or they claim it did, where one of the destroyers was fired upon.
The Gulf of Tonkin. Yep.
Right. And, I mean, just think if they're guarding those tankers coming in and out and somebody happens to start something right there, guess what? We could be in another war at the drop of the hat, and that's what scares me.
I doubt that. I mean, I don't think we're going to get involved in a land war in Venezuela. I don't think we will. But it's kind of a risky situation, and if somebody makes a wrong move at some point, we could be shooting at each other, if not on land, then at sea. And I hope it doesn't come to that.
I hope not either, Ken. All right, Ken, I really enjoy your show, man, and have a good weekend.
Well, thanks for calling. Good to hear from you. Phone line is open at that number. You can give us a call at that number, or you can email us at kenickleslive@gmail.com, whichever works best for you. We'd love to hear from you either way on this edition of Star Talk. And hang on. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
We need to be honest for
Are
just
we not
a minute.
honest?
They're dead. People stopped going to the mall. People don't have any interest in the mall anymore.
Really?
The mall does not have a future. Why should I believe that somebody can buy this dead mall and make it viable again? I don't believe that.
Well, a lot of malls have passed away, that's true, but some malls have survived, and some malls really have thrived when the owners have had the foresight to turn them into something else, to turn them into multi-purpose destinations.
Yeah, but is that what this new owner is planning to do? All I've heard so far is to bring in retail outlets that already have a customer following. Well, I wasn't around here when this mall was popular, whenever that was, but there must have been retail outlets in there then that had a customer following.
Yeah.
But clearly the customers stopped going there. So why should it be any different this time?
Well, it could be different if the mall is different this time. I mean, what if you could go in there and, shop for something, get yourself a nice new jacket, and then go have dinner at a restaurant and maybe see a movie or whatever, go to the coffee shop and loiter in there for a while.
Maybe so, but people can do all that somewhere else.
Well, anything you do anywhere is something you could do somewhere else, I think. But, let's
But
see.
is all that?
Well, that's the plan. I mean, I don't think the man would have spent $2.8 million to buy the mall if he didn't have a viable plan. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, we'll wait and see.
Yeah, we will wait. Okay, thanks. I think we're on the same page there now. We will wait and see. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't think it's out of the question, not anywhere near out of the question, that the Penrose Mall, even after all its travails and suffering, I don't think it's out of the question that the Penrose Mall could be turned into a place where people like to go. I mean, just because certainly malls have lost their popularity over the years, but that doesn't mean that just because it's a mall, people won't go there to a good restaurant, or that people won't go there to a movie or to the coffee shop or whatever else. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me to say, oh, it's a mall. It'll never amount to anything. I think maybe it will amount to something. I'm sure we all hope it will amount to something. Maybe Roy's shoes will come back and I can go back to work. Well, no, that won't. Roy's Shoes has been out of business for a long time, so that won't come back. But maybe maybe they'll have Orange Julius. Does Orange Julius, does that still exist? I don't know. Maybe if Orange Julius comes back, I could catch on there part-time. In any event, they are working on the mall, and it has a new owner, and the new owner has plans for the mall. And let's all hope it'll be successful, because after all, if it's successful, it's good for the community. And then maybe they can start on the Eden Mall, and who knows. Phone line is open. There's the phone number up there that you can call, and I hope you will. You can also email us at kenickleslive at gmail.com. And I think this is the right phone for emails. Yep, this is the right one, and we'll read one in a second. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hey, Ken, it's Mark from Mid-End.
Hey, Mark. How are you?
Okay, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Okay, you got a piece of paper and pencil ready?
Yeah, hang on. I'm ready.
Okay, February 7th, the Mid-End Boy Scouts got a stew for $9 a quart.
Okay, February 7th, the Boy Scouts have a stew for $9 a quart. So we're going to have 2 stews that day.
Yeah, and their number is 336-949-4248. You can talk to Kathy or Ricky.
336-949-4248, Kathy or Ricky. I
Yeah,
got it.
and on them chicken and dumplings, they on December 20th,
Yeah.
they're gonna have the chicken. They're gonna have the chicken dumplings ready by 12 noon that day.
All right. This is also at the Mayodan Boy Scouts. Chicken and dumplings will be ready by noon.
On December 20th.
And that's free chicken and dumplings.
Yeah, and they said something about this is not no throw it together stuff. They're making the dumplings by scratch.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Scratch dumplings? Oh man, that sounds good.
they're making them by scratch. Has ever put into it fixing chicken dumplings.
Okay, well, folks, make note of that. It's free, and it's the real thing. And that sounds great. December 20th, Mayodan Boy Scouts.
Okay, and I was going to tell you something else. Do you know my friend Fred Sparks?
I don't think I do, Mark.
I was going to tell you that Santa Claus is going to be at Checkers Grill and Grocery in Madison, North Carolina, on December 20th at 1:30 p.m.
Well, a whole lot happening on the 20th. Santa Claus at Checkers on December 20th at 1 p.m. Nice.
1:30.
Oh, I'm sorry. 1:30 p.m. on December 20th.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, Mark. That's exciting.
Okay, thanks, Ken.
Well, thanks for calling. Big stuff happening. Santa Claus at Checkers on the 20th at 1:30. So after you go, on December 20th, after you have dropped by the Mayodan Boy Scouts and enjoyed free chicken and dumplings from scratch, mind you, then you can go to Checkers and spend a few minutes with Santa Claus starting at 1:30. So that's a good thing. Then you're going to be busy again on February 7th. Make sure you have a good appetite on February 7th, because 2 stews on February 7th. We got stew at the... I know where it is. Yeah, stew at the Sandy Ridge Community Building, February 7th. That's $7 a quart, 376-871-3821, and also stew at the Mayodan Boy Scouts on February 7th. That's $9 a quart. And number is 336-949-4248. We try to make sure, if we can't do anything else here, we try to make sure that you get plenty of stew, and in this case, plenty of chicken and dumplings, because we don't want anybody developing a stew deficiency. That's a terrible thing to have. There's a phone number up there on the screen, the email address, keneckleslive@gmail.com. And this emailer goes back to what I said last night, right at the end of the show. Somebody had called about the toys downtown and then asked if I'd ever have a toy break on Christmas Day after I got it. I mentioned my helicopter, my very unfortunate experience with the helicopter that flew once and then never flew again. And the emailer had a question. He says, Ken, I wonder, did you get that helicopter at the Mann drugstore downtown? Well, that's where it was. Yeah. And the emailer says, I also got that spring helicopter from Man Drugs downtown, and mine lasted about half a day on Christmas. And by lunchtime, it was broken. It flew about 7 or 8 times, which is better than your once. But it was done for. It was done for by afternoon on Christmas Day. So you and I both had similar tragic experiences with that. I got through my disappointment okay. I got through my disappointment okay, it says, but yours seems to have warped you in some way. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I would necessarily declare myself warped by it. I will say it was a disappointing experience when helicopter didn't even make it until daylight on Christmas Day. But I think I got through it reasonably well, and over the years, I've come to the point that I believe I conduct my life and I manage my affairs in as normal a way as could be expected, under the circumstances. So I think I've done all right, really, I do. And I'm sorry that you also got that same helicopter. It's too late to take it back. I don't know that it carried any warranty anyway, but I'm sure the warranty would have expired probably half a century ago. This emailer says, I read today that the Republicans joined the Democrats in the House of Representatives, and now they're going to vote on extending those premium subsidies for the Affordable Care Act. Is that right? Yeah, and yes and no. What happened today? The Democrats have been trying to get the House to vote, to have a vote on extending the Affordable Care Act subsidies. The Speaker of the House does not want to allow that vote and has said that he will not allow. As Speaker, he has the authority to say, no, I'm not even going to allow a vote on that. But then there's this rule in the House, there's this thing called a discharge petition. And a discharge petition is something that can override the Speaker and force a vote. It cannot pass a bill, but it can force a vote on a bill. It can say, okay, we're going to have to vote on this. So it takes a majority vote, and as the House stands right now, they needed 218 members of the House to support the discharge petition. Of course, there aren't 218 Democrats in there. There's only 214. But now enough Republicans, at least 4 Republicans, have joined the Democrats and said that they will support the discharge petition, which would force the Speaker of the House to allow the House to vote on extending the Affordable Care Act benefit subsidies. So no, nothing has been decided yet as to whether the subsidies will continue or not, but they are apparently going to have a vote on it. Now, attendant to that, something strange happened in the House today. I guess something strange happens in the House every day. But among these strange things that happened in the House today, they were voting on the discharge petition, and the vote got to 204 to 203, and at that point, Speaker Johnson ended the vote. He said, okay, we're going to stop voting right here. So they did not, at least the last I heard, they had not yet enacted the discharge petition. because the speaker stopped them from voting before they could officially enact it. And then there was a lot of yelling and screaming and people running around in all directions in the House. And that's the last I heard. I don't know if they ever went ahead and continued the vote or not. But sooner or later, it would appear, now that they have 218 members of the House who are supporting the discharge position, it would appear that sooner or later, actually it would be later, they'll have to have a vote on it. Now the House is about to go on vacation again, so they're going to adjourn and not come back until January. So it doesn't look like the vote will occur until January because a discharge petition has to be on the record for 7 days before the vote takes place. We don't need to get into all the silly rules that they have, but it'll be January before they can vote on that. So the subsidies will expire on January 1st. They will expire. And then when Congress comes back into session at some point, they'll count 7 days starting from somewhere, and then they'll vote. Then they'll have to have a vote on extending the premium subsidies. And maybe they will at that point, but no matter what happens, they will certainly be suspended for a while, because as it is right now, they expire as of January 1st. If that sounds like a lot of chaos and craziness, that's what it is. That is our Congress in action. So there you go. Meanwhile, since the whole thing of healthcare policy in Washington has come up, it looks as though neither of the Republican plans are going to pass the Senate, as it looks right now. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Hi, Ken.
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks. On the Rose Mall.
Okay, let's hear it.
Balder said he's going to put some restaurants and also bought Winn-Dixie.
Somebody had told me that, so that's true.
It is. I understand it. He said he's going to build, it's going to be where the Winn-Dixie building's at.
Okay, so he's going to tear down Winn-Dixie then?
Yeah.
Now, one of the things I heard is that the apartments might actually be attached to the mall, so it's all one building. Have you heard that?
I've heard.
Okay, well, behind the mall, that would be the sensible place to build apartments. Any word on how many apartments there would be?
It was supposed to be like 2 stories tall.
Yeah. Well, now that could be a good thing. I know. Well, I don't know if you heard the caller a while ago telling us malls are dead and this is not going to work. But I think that certainly could work.
Oh yeah. Last night about the basement on where you went way back in the days that had the toys in it.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, where was that?
It was uptown. It was come up Monument Hill. It go through town. It was on the left-hand side of the road.
Yeah, was it United Department Store?
No, it was called Linewood's.
Linewood's. Okay, good. Thank you.
Linewood's Department Store.
Wow. So you remember that basement full of toys then?
Sure do. And Mom and Stepdad, they were cars before. We would go down in that basement and we'd pick our toys out for Christmas.
Oh man, that was great. Those were the days.
Long time ago.
And I'll tell you what, I'm sure you're the same way. I could have stayed in that basement all day long looking at those toys.
Oh yeah, and that's where you checked out.
Uh-huh.
They had the and put your money in that canister thing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I remember it would go overhead, and the person would send you change back in that
Mhm.
canister thing.
Yeah, there was a pneumatic canister. They go through pipes, air pushing them through pipes.
Yeah, I think that was before banks had that.
Oh, yeah.
Basically the same thing.
Yep. I think that's the only store. I know it was in a lot of stores, but that is the only store I remember seeing those things in.
Yeah, and the building, right hand side of the road.
Yep.
It was my mom and stepdad bought me and my brother our first bicycle there.
Is that right?
Yeah, and that was all we got for Christmas that year was a bicycle.
But that's a good thing to get, though.
Yeah, and maybe a piece of candy or orange or something, and that was basically what we got for Christmas.
And did you get? You probably started out with training wheels.
We did.
I remember
But,
the first time. The first time I rode without the training wheel. I guess I used the training wheels for maybe half a day. After about a half a day, I realized I could ride without the training wheel. That first time I went down McCoy Street without training wheels, I thought I had done it all.
Enjoy your show. Appreciate you taking my call, and we'll talk to you later.
Well, thanks for calling. Good to hear from you. Line Ones, he says it was, where they had the basement full of toys every Christmas. And it was a basement full, I mean, full of toys. They spent a lot of time setting that up, and I spent a lot of time taking it down, too, after Christmas. But boy, that was the big deal. Well, the first big deal of the Christmas season was the parade, and then going into the basement with the toys. That was big deal number 2 back then. Let's see. This emailer says, Ken, I hope they will get some really good restaurants in the mall, because I don't care what that other guy said. If they put some nice restaurants in that mall, and if they actually do put a movie theater or something out there, people will go. I think they will. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Ken. How you tonight?
Good. How are you?
All right. Yes, I didn't get to talk to you last night, but I'd like to say something concerning my hero, Meathead.
Meathead. Oh,
yeah, that All in the Family was one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
And then when he went to the heat of the night, they showed the different view of the star. Of me, it was,
yeah.
Yeah. So, to say that reporters, lovely daughters, I just held my breath. After he published a cartoon wearing a king crown, flying over, dropping his crap on Americans, spoke up some. And now, to the death of an American icon, the comments he made about Meathead right after his tragic death just drew outrage. Now, make me wondering if this man has lost it, because his favorability is at an all-time low, and he's costing fellow Republicans their elections in places never seen before. To disrespect his family Trump said he caused the death of his. Disagreed with many of you, but didn't think he deserved to die the way he did. With media comments, Trump drew outrage from a host of Republicans, including Marjorie Taylor Greene, Fox News, Laura Ingraham, and his chief of staff, Susan Wild. And now that the Epstein file has come out, showing him young girls, would anyone act surprised when on the Axios bus he told us, not fake news, but he told us what he loved to grab women's private parts and go in little girls' dressing room. So why would we be surprised when we heard it from him and we see some of these sick pictures? And lastly, I think, I'm not sure, but Mr. Berger may have hurt himself with Trump, because goes with this: would it be wise to book a cruise on the Titanic? And thank you for your time, Ken. Enjoy yourself.
Well, thanks for calling. Phone line is up there open. Phone line is open right now. You can give us a call at that number, or you can send us an email at keneckleslive@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you either way, by phone or by email. This one says, Ken, are you going to be on the air on Christmas Eve? Yeah. Probably not. That's a week from tonight, right? Yeah, next Wednesday is Christmas Eve. I probably won't be on the air on Christmas Eve. I thought at one time I might not be on the air at all next week, but that will not be the case. I do plan to be here Monday, and I plan to be here Tuesday. I don't know about Christmas Eve. In all probability, most likely I won't be on the air live on Christmas Eve. But we'll be here Monday and Tuesday for certain. Well, I mean, as certain as it can be. There's only a certain degree of certainty that we can achieve here at Star News about saying, well, we'll certainly be on the air. I certainly plan to be on the air Monday and Tuesday. And, things have been going pretty well lately. We haven't had very many. Now, I'm not going to say, if I say that, I'm going to jinx us. So I'm not even going to say that. Yeah, do plan to be on the air next Monday and next Tuesday evening. I do. You can give us a call at that number up there, that telephone number, or you can do as this person has done and send us an email at keneckleslive@gmail.com. And this one says, Ken, we're going to have the same rules on the NASCAR thing this year. It's not too long until we'll be getting going with the Daytona 500. And last year it talked about changing some of the rules, but have you changed any rules or have plans to change any of the rules for this year? Well, I don't really have any plans to change any of the rules for this year. I think the rules worked pretty good the way we had them. If somebody thinks otherwise, if you have a suggestion that we ought to change some sort of rule, then you can certainly pass that suggestion along, and I will place it in front of the competition committee and see what we do. but I don't have any plans right now to change the rules. Don't have any. Ken, I heard there's been measles. I heard there's been measles in Raleigh. Is that so? And how is that happening? Excuse me. Somebody has been exposed. There's a report that there was an measles exposure at the airport, Raleigh-Durham Airport. Somebody who passed through the airport has exposed other people in the airport to measles. That's the report that has come out today. Now, what that means is that I believe it was a passenger passing through, I think it was. What that means is that anybody who was in contact with that passenger, if they are not vaccinated, and most people have been vaccinated, of course, but if somebody who's not been vaccinated had contact with that passenger, then they will have to obviously go through a medical examination and observation. It can take up to 21 days for symptoms of measles to show up after someone has been exposed. But that is what happened today in Raleigh, and they're checking on people who may have come in contact, people who may have been exposed. As far as I know, and this is as far as I know, and it is not a definite thing, as far as I know, most of the people that or all the people that they've identified at this point who came into contact have been vaccinated against measles, and so probably are not at risk. Of course, there could be other people that they don't know about, but they'll be observing anybody and everybody who is at the airport today and in possible contact with that passenger. It's probably not something that we have to be concerned about, because we're not there and we weren't in the airport. I assume you were not in the RDU airport today. And it's probably not something that we have to worry about, but it did happen. There was an incident. But it seems they found out about it pretty quickly, and it appears that they have it under control. But that is what happened today with measles in Raleigh. Okay, well, my screen's gone blank. Emailer says, Trump's reasoning, I agree, and there's a link to something there, and I'll open that link up and look at it later. Thank you, emailer. This one says, Ken, I hope that they will put a peanut shack in the... Is there peanut shack anymore? I hope that they will put a peanut shack in the Penrose Mall. And are they still going to call it the Penrose Mall? Do you know? I don't know. I don't know on either of those. I don't know if they're still going to call it the Penrose Mall, and I don't know if they'll put a peanut shack in. I don't know if there is any peanut shack anymore. But if there is peanut shack, and it's in there, I'll go. I will say that, definitely. If there's peanut shack in the Penrose Mall, heck yeah, I'll go. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Ken, it's Ralph.
Hey, Ralph.
Keep calling in.
Yeah? Uh-huh. What?
The thing of it, put you on. There's no way you can beat the fact.
Well, no, you can't beat them because they get to make the law and all the rules and regulations after all. So, no, in that sense, you can't beat them, but you can vote them out.
Yeah, you can vote them out, but you know, calling complaining. If you don't pay your taxes, if you don't do this, they're going to own you till the day you die.
Well, yeah, you better pay your taxes. I've known people who have lived their whole lives making payments to the federal government on back taxes and penalties. So by all means, get that paid.
Yeah, I'm trying to say. People
Yeah, they do. I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying, Ralph, and in a real way they do. But still, in the end, supposedly, theoretically, they work for us. I mean, we're not supposed to
I
work
know
for them.
that.
They're supposed to be working for us. So can we not? I mean, as voters, we can do something, but we don't seem to do it, do we?
I know that, but what I'm trying to say, if you're married, your husband has a nursing home, life or whatever, they worked all their life for it.
Yeah.
And then they want to come up and take everything away from you.
Yeah, in the case of a nursing home.
Am I right or wrong?
In the case of a nursing home and Medicaid, they take it. They do.
Yeah, they take away something worked for.
Yeah, that happens.
And that's where.
It happens to a lot of people, no doubt about it.
Okay, Ken. Thank you for taking my message.
Well, thanks for calling, Ralph. Good to hear from you. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please. And that caller is gone. Thank you very much. And glad you called, even if you didn't have anything to say to us. Always good to get your call. Let's try this one. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead, please.
Sorry, Ken. I was too quick with the wrong button a second ago.
Sometimes I've done that.
Real quick, for what it's worth, I could not get most of your last caller's comments. For some reason or another, it kept cutting in and out, and his calls have done that before. So just for what it's worth, I don't know what the technology involved is, but something with that caller calls, I can't. His conversation's cut off. All we get is yours.
Okay, well, I didn't realize that because you sounded fine here, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I don't know either. I just thought I would alert you that this has happened before, especially with Ralph, with this caller, and I don't know if it's technology or what it is, but I just thought I'd alert you.
Okay, well, thanks for letting me know, because I didn't know that because it all sounded perfect in here. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hello.
Hello. You're on the air.
Yeah. Hey, I was wondering how you get on the race pool.
How you get on a race pool? It's very simple. When the races start, you just pick who you think's going to win the race every week, and you can email it to me, or you can call me and tell me, and that's all there is to it.
So that's it?
That's all you got to do. Just tell me who you think's going to win, and you're in the pool.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, thanks for calling. It is one of the simplest things that we do. We do some complicated things, but not that one. That one's pretty simple. Just a couple of minutes left for your phone calls and emails on this edition of Star Talk, and we had a caller. Had a caller just now, but that caller seems to have gone away too. So strange things happening on the phone tonight. Here's one. Hello, caller. You're on the air. What is
Eccles,
this?
you idiot!
Stop the music. You don't know how to do what you're trying to do, so stop the music. Okay, what do you want?
Eccles,
What do you want?
something that
What?
I thought I'd entertain the audience.
Is that what you thought?
Why don't you buy a trophy for the NASCAR contest winner? You can call it the Pretty.
If I bought a trophy, which I'm not going to do, if I bought a trophy, that is the last thing I would call it.
You probably to yourself. Call it the Idiot Trophy.
Well, that's enough from you. Thank you. And that is all the time we have. That's all the time we have. Star Talk tonight. We're on the air Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I hope you'll join us next time. Thanks for watching. I'm Ken Eccles.